Welcome to Tiny Rails, the fun little game with a train. And that's mine going past at the moment, although it's about to change rather significantly. Where I left it last time, I was in Central America delivering a load of cargo, and I have now completed delivering all the cargo in Central America, and I will explain what is going on, as I think I'm currently in Japan. Yep, I'm coming to good old Sendai, and we're heading to Sapporo to continue with the story, which goes something like this. Can Catalina and the crew find the road to El Dorado before Jean-Marc? The race is on to find the lost city of gold. And I'm 74% through the South America story. Right, so off we go. Between the end of the last episode and this episode, I continued delivering cargo in Central America. And I will head to Central America. And I have delivered all the cargo to Central America and upgraded all the stations. I will zoom in a bit. So every single bit of Central America is now done, which means that as soon as I completed that, which was enough to complete the checklist, even though I haven't collected it yet, it immediately reopened Mexico for me with its depot and factory, or the factory that was in Central America. So I will now collect that, a new train and 50,000. But as also previously mentioned, Mexico, which was at one point open then closed by an update, I had actually delivered all the cargo and upgraded all the stations of that, so that area is also complete. I now have access to all the areas, so the world is now my oyster. And once I've been through the story part of Sapporo and it tells me where I need to go next, I will explain what I'm about to do. As you can see, I have just over 500,000 in gold left, not much money, so I'm not going to be buying any cars. Okay, here we are, here's good old Nestor. I have a list of materials, we need a few things from Justin as well. Catalina, I'll locate Justin, where do we go first? I have a friend in Russia who sells an item we will need. Lance, you're going to love this tech. Lance, I'm sure I will, but will our wallet? Nestor, El Dorado, my friend. El Dorado. Wasn't that the name of a John Wayne film? Okay. So, I arrived at Sapporo. That was the bit of the story. Let me collect the money from having completed that bit of the story. Buy Black Ninja Gear cargo from Nukas, Uzbekistan, by the looks of it. Well, let me put a marker on that and see where it leads me. Where's it want me to go? Okay, I'm headed through southern Russia to... Okay, over there. Well, we'll get started. I don't think I'll reach there by the end of this episode. If it sent me somewhere near where a port was, it would have been easy because I just headed to the port in Japan and taken a boat there. However... Right, first thing I want to do is upgrade these two cars. The car, I want to see what it changes to at level 3. Okay, different coloured cars and a green base. And the NR74 car, which is a passenger car. Okay, prettier. That's those two. Those were the first. That's the first thing I wanted to do. And now I'll go back to the map and zoom all the way out. Right, I have now, as I say, I have access to all the areas, but literally I have delivered cargo to every available station to complete all the resource demands around the world. Even though I can't collect on all the areas yet, if I start at the far left, North America's 100% complete, Alaska's 100% complete, Europe's 100% complete, Russia's 100% complete, Asia's 100% complete, Oceania's 100% complete. Africa's 100% complete. And I'm currently in the story part of South America. Once I complete this chapter, then I should be able to collect on South America as being 100% complete. But literally, if a place is open in the world, or an area is open, which they all are now, then I have completed all the cargo requirements for all of it, so I don't need any more cargo. And because I'm a paranoid little soul, I still have stuff stuck in my depot because I wasn't going to be 100% positive I wasn't going to need building materials right up until it proved I didn't need building materials. I got caught out with that once before, so I was being careful. Okay, so my passenger capability is 126, and they are various levels of happiness for the food, comfort, entertainment, facilities, etc. Ouch, my back, these seats could be more comfortable. Got a fair point. Oh, let me deal with the obstruction. Oh yes, I also, because I just unlocked a new train and caboose, I haven't used it yet. There's that one. The WAP 7 engine. Shove the WAP 7 engine on, and the WAP 7 caboose. I'm not sure I particularly like the look of the WAP 7 caboose, but hey ho. Right, so having delivered all the cargo around the world, all these cargo cars I've got towards the back of my train, I don't need any more. I will go for now to keep the camel car just because I like the look of it, but all the rest of them are replaceable. Either with facilities cars, entertainment cars, passenger cars, whatever it may happen to be. So, first things first, I'm going to move the toilets to even further back on the train. Because whilst facilities are always required, doesn't mean you have to like looking at them. Right. And now, I'm just going to pick some random type cars. I say random, some cars which are useful. For example, the Skyview car. I don't have a Skyview passenger car, so we'll shove that on the train. One of these, Bohemian car. Well, shove that on the train. So my passenger capacity is now 141. My cargo capacity has come down to 259 from just over 300. Well, shove you on the train. Especially, before we shove you on the train, you're open from 9 AM to 9 at night. That's 12 hours. That's good enough. You're open from midday till 9 at night. Yeah. You're open from midday till 3 in the morning. That's kind of 15 hours. Yeah, we'll have that as a sixth entertainment car. You're open from 8 till 8. I really don't want a 7th one right now. I'm going to have to get this train moving in a second. Okay, what are you? A Red Arrow passenger car. You'll do. I say I'm being relatively random at the moment. So let's see if I can find... I picked up a new car from Central America. It might have been this one. The WAP 7. To go with the WAP 7 engine and caboose I think I'm using. Right. So I've got a couple more entertainment cars. A few more passenger cars. My passenger capacity is now 158. My cargo is down to 177. And that's going to be even smaller when I get rid of this car. But I need to get the train moving. Off we go. So I'm going to have to reorganise my train at some point as well. Oh yes. Whilst I'm thinking about my train. That's the car I just got, the engine I just got. What do you do by the way of useful stuff? +5 weight reduction if using WAP 7 engine and caboose. Okay, so it's my train weighs a little bit less. Okay, so I will probably reorganise this on my own time. But now, if I look at my wonderful passenger list, now my comfort has gone flying up. My facilities are slightly better. Entertainment, the bathrooms were okay-ish. And food, okay, they're not overly thrilled by the food. I want one more car to replace the car. Let's see if I can spot one I want to put on my train. I thought I spotted another one car earlier. There you go, another passenger car. Yes, even though I don't have, well, apart from the camel car at the back, specific cargo cars, there are cars which have a mixture of both capabilities. It's quite good for passengers. See if I can find one. Like this Bohemian car serves 8 passengers and 2 cargo. So just because they're not dedicated cargo cars doesn't mean they can't actually carry cargo as well. Okay, so my train is now basically configured to be a passenger train. I say basically configured, it is configured to be a passenger train with just my camel car at the back for cargo, which, like I say, I just like that car. I will probably reorder the cars at some point so to make them look nicer, or probably put them in height order or colour order or something, and I'll get the 2 entertainment cars I put towards the back, towards the front, so I can collect the money off them more easily. The reason for doing this is now I've got Mexico open again, as well as Central and South America. You get quite a lot of passengers in that part of the world, so it does help with the money generation to basically send your train over to that part of the world and just let it roam around. It will earn more money there from passengers, but I would say apart from possibly China. But the problem with having your train roam around China, and I'll show the map for this bit, is China, or Asia North, is China's kind of this part of it. It's all well and wonderful, but it has so many exit points that your train will wander off into non-productive or not as productive areas. Whereas Mexico, it might wander into the USA, which is semi-productive, but it can wander through Central America into South America, also very good areas for passengers. So it's a very useful area if you want to run a passenger car to make some money. Just let me clean my train and repair it. The other thing I have been doing, which I will show my success or lack thereof, I now have 188 out of the 191 photographs completed. In Central America there were 3 or 4, and it took me 3 or 4 trips through Central America to pick up the photographs for this Panama Canal and a couple of others. And there is one photograph, I can't remember what it's for, it's the Altanha, possibly. Let me zoom in so I can find the right place. That's Mexico. Right, this place here, Belmopan. So between there and Chetumal is a photograph, and until you complete Central America and reopen Mexico, you won't be able to get that photograph. So that was one of the more challenging photographs to actually find. I say I went past Panama, must have been 3 or 4 times before I got a photograph of the Panama Canal, and it was on the east side of Panama, So on the right of Panama, as you look at the map, was where I eventually got the Panama Canal photograph. The three I've got outstanding are the Taj Mahal, the King Park War Memorial, which is apparently around Perth, and the Petronas Towers, which are Kuala Lumpur, which is not on the map, so I'm kind of guesstimating where that would be and trying to see if I can find it that way. But they're the three photographs I've got to find. I did go out and try and find the others that were missing, and I'm just down to 3 left now. So pretty much all in all, this is now basically about me carrying passengers, earning a load of money, and completing the final station upgrades for any stations that are outstanding, of which I think there's 6, maybe 7. I think 6. So that's going to cost me, is it going to be 2 million a piece, 12 or 14 million, I just said 6 or 7. Once I've got that money and spent it on those, any money I earn I can then spend on the gumball machine. So there's going to be at least one episode, probably more than one, where I just go mad on the gumball machine. Oh yes. What's that? In this general area, was it? Where was it? Oh yes. Between this station here, Ulaanbaatar, and whatever that one's called, there is a photograph of a monastery halfway between these, on this line here. Also one of the photographs I had to go find. So hence I remember it. I think, what else is there going on? Oh, did Central America? Mexico is open. I've added the level 1 cars to the front of my train. It is you're level 1 and you're level 1. No, you're level 3. Okay, where'd I put that level 1 car? Oh, take the money out of you two. Put it back here. Yep, the WAP 7. That's the level 1 car. Like I say, I will reorder them. So that's a couple of level 1 cars. Yes, I will be, when I go mad at the gumball machine, I'll end up with another ton of level 1 cars, so I'll be putting them on my train, just so I can level them up and then sell any duplicates. And I assume I'm still a little bit away from wherever my destination is. Yep, quite some way away. As my destination for this part of the story is to collect cargo, I will... Was it black ninja suits? I think they said it was. I will probably do that on my own time. Anywhere it sends me where it just wants me to pick up cargo for whatever part of the story, I will tend to do those on my own time, because it normally takes you to the middle of nowhere and then sends you somewhere extremely distant from wherever you've just been to pick up the cargo, either for the next bit of cargo or the next bit of the story. So the picking up the cargo is not that interesting, because there's hardly any dialogue around the story. It doesn't progress the story in any way, any real way. It's just a task to complete. So that's pretty much everything. But like I say, I now have access to everywhere. I have delivered all the cargo around the world that I need to deliver. I've become basically a passenger service with a little bit of cargo, as I currently have, from obstructions, which I will sell whenever I feel like it. And now I've got my latest engine on the front of my train. I will at some point just play around with engines, just because I now have, and see if it says it in the trainery. I have 36 out of the possible 35 engines. There's meant to be 35, but one of the engines I got before the game updated to reduce the engine numbers down to 35 for the PC version, rather than what's available in the mobile version. So because I got it before the update happened, it's basically, oh sorry, wrong button, letting me keep it. Just like, I believe somebody has 163 cars out of a possible 152. Somebody I saw on the discussion board in Steam. Yeah, the idea is there should be 152, but if you got the cars before they put that limit in place, you get to keep them, which I think is fair enough. And that's pretty much it for this episode, I think. I have rearranged my train. Oh, I need to clean my train. That's the problem of having level 1 cars on your train, is they need cleaning and repairing more often than level 3 cars. They don't have the durability and cleanliness. Yeah, I have turned my train into a passenger train. Like I say, I will... These were just the passenger cars I picked up on the spur of the moment while I was recording. I may change them around a bit. Well, I'm going to change them around. I may put different ones on as and when the mood strikes me. Well, I can't think of much else there is to say, really. I've done what I needed to do, and now I'm just headed to some place to pick up some cargo and then on to the next part of the story. And that is, from now on, essentially what I'm going to be concentrating on is the story. It's going to be... Oh, I'll go back to this. Where am I? I'm doing the South America story. Chapter 3-2. Well, this opens when I complete South America Chapter 3-10. So there's 8 bits of this story to go. Then I'll open Latin America story, Chapter 1-1. And to open the Middle East, I've got to complete Latin America Chapter 3-12. I don't know what that story is about. And then Southeast Asia. Well, there may be a story coming soon. There may not be. But I'll have to complete the Middle East story to open up the Southeast Asia story, which is currently not existent. Or non-existent is the actual phrase. Well, I don't know what I said, not existent. But grammar is something I should be better at. Okay, that's pretty much it for this episode. As always, I hope you enjoyed, or at least enjoyed the explanation of where I am and what I'm now doing. My train will be spending its spare time in South America or Mexico, just to make more money off passengers, because as you can see, even with my train set up to be a passenger car, in this area I've only got 33 passengers. Because in Mexico I could well have 130. Which will increase my earning capacity. Yes, okay, that's it. That's everything. So, like I was saying, I hope you enjoyed or found it interesting or just didn't really care. Whatever floats your boat. And hopefully I'll see you down the track for more Tiny Rails in the near future. Cheerio!